Oh, just say scrap.
Oh, just say scrap.
As something new.
As something new.
It's Make It Mondays just for you. So come and see what we are creating. Make It Mondays just for you.
Hello, everybody. So this is a long time coming. We know we are going back to Close My Heart days with this one, but this video has been recorded, edited, and everything for quite a while. And we were just doing some housekeeping, so I wanted to just post it on YouTube in case anybody is still working on some of their Close to My Heart kits, which I know we are, so you guys probably are too. This one is the Honey Bunny Scrapbooking Kit. We unfortunately don't have this one to sell anymore, but if you would even like to use this just as a reference or a guide to make your own kit with other papers that you have, or if you do have the kit that you're waiting to do, here are some of our tips and tricks while doing this. So as you saw, that was our cover page, the first one that we had, and with this one, I did a lot of paper saving method. So that's kind of something that I've done for a long time. You've probably seen it in a ton of videos that we do. We love to paper save, especially with the old Close to My Heart papers because we absolutely adore them. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind while doing any of your kits. So as you see here, what I started is I started with one page and then I actually pulled in the second page to kind of line everything up across the board, which was a lot easier for us. I do that if I have something in the middle of the page just to make sure that when I put it in an album, everything is perfect across the board. So here we are just building our little Nomi, using that ink to kind of spruce up her color a little bit. We're using peach because we find that peach is the closest to like a skin tone for us. You can always obviously make your gnomes of whatever skin tone you like, but I was kind of basing myself off of this little gnome because she's a little blondie. So that's me. So we're just finishing putting together this page. You see, as normal, I am using quite a bit of foam tape just because when we put our pages into albums, we don't want anything that we are popping to concave down on itself. So this is the next page in this kit. Absolutely adorable. Love it, love it, love it. And now on to our next page. So now on to our second two-page layout. So with this page, you're actually going to see a different kind of paper saving method that I did here. If you saw, I took the cloud paper and I made little marks with my pencil as to kind of where that's going to sit on my page. And then I went about a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch in from that spot because the gnome paper is just way too cute to cover such a big area like that on my page. At least that's what I thought. So I wanted to cut those gnomes out to possibly make another card, use another layout. I can kind of extend this kit as much as I possibly can by doing those small little things. So that is exactly why you saw we paper saved there. With regular cardstock like this one where I'm kind of just covering it, it doesn't matter to me as much because I do have a lot of regular cardstock, whereas in our B&T pages with any kit that you get, you're going to get a limited amount of those, where usually cardstock colors you can find something that's super similar to it, or the cardstock packs come in 24 packs, so that's a little bit easier to have more paper for those. So as you see here, this is another second page, absolutely adorable. I just love how this page can be filled with gnomes, or if you don't want to use the gnomes, you can actually flip that paper over and use the opposite side, which has absolutely no gnomes whatsoever. So we are on to our third and final layout here of this kit. Once again, paper saving is my best friend throughout this whole thing. I know I'm using paper saving method while I'm on the middle of White Daisy. White Daisy is one of our papers that Stampin' Up! Actually has taken over, so it is something that we can regularly get. And so I do like to save it every once in a while when I can, but as you see here, it's so layered on top of that I really needed that solid base to kind of build upon. And then I paper saved the little pieces on top, so that way, yes, I know it's plain cardstock once again, and I said sometimes I don't do that, but if it's a big piece of plain cardstock that's going to get covered, we do that. So as you see here, now I'm really paper saving with this base and texture paper. I did go over a little bit, so that is where I am using my rub and remove eraser. This is such a fun tool. If you need to get this tool, we do have it in our shop, justsayscrap.com. You can find it on our store. But this one, I really like the stripe paper, whereas the glacier piece, which I paper saved on the opposite page, didn't need to be paper saved as much as I wanted to save my stripes. So that's why I paper saved the stripes, added the glacier, which then completes that background page and gives it the stability that it's going to need to go into an album. And then we are going to create the rest of this page. What's really fun about this one, which I love, is you saw there with the tape, the foam tape, is I created a little box so that one paper can actually be pulled out and you've got a hidden little tab in the middle of this layout. So it is absolutely adorable. Love, love, love this kit. So if it is something that you have not made yet, but it's been sitting there, go grab it out, use this video for inspiration, and I hope that you use these tips and tricks to create your own layout here. But isn't this so cute? This is a great Easter spring kit. Once again, if you don't love gnomes, see that paper right there, the one with the flowers? That's the back of the gnome paper. So you could always just use that for everything and just omit the gnome. It's okay. She won't mind, hopefully. But it is just such a cute kit, perfect for so many different occasions. Doesn't have to just be used for spring or Easter. So have fun with this. We hope that you enjoyed the last few Close to My Heart kits that came out. And make sure you check out the rest of our Make It Monday videos that we are about to be putting out here really soon. All right. Also, if you didn't know yet, we do have a brand new website, justsayscrap.com, where we actually have a store now online. So, all right, that's everything. We'll see you next time.